please. Just Hi! Welcome back to the channel! So the reason that I am in a little forest today is because we're doing a video that I'm so excited about. I don't know if anyone else will find this as cool as I do, but I'm pretty pumped. So I recently... Let me paint you a picture. Basically, I was playing this little mobile game I like to play. This isn't sponsored at all, I wish, but I was playing this little mobile game. It's like a style game. It's called Love Nikki. It's just like you can make little outfits and do fashion battles or whatever. But I was making like a little outfit and I made this one. And then I realized that like the way it went, it looks like the headphones are like plugged into her little like plant bowl thing. And I was like, oh my god, that's so fun. That's so like Hufflepuff, like listening to the music of plants. And I was like, I wonder if anyone has done that yet. Surely someone must have found a way to like listen to plants. So I hopped on the old Google and I started doing some research and I found that yes, some people had made devices that kind of in a way lets you listen to plants. And I figured it would just be, you know, like sciencey people in their labs with, you know, things they'd cobbled together themselves. But it turns out there is an actual product that you can get that lets anyone do it. It is not super cheap, but it is a pretty high-tech gadget, so that's why. But I have one today to show to you because I reached out to the company that makes it and asked if they would like to do a video together, and they said yes. So I have this little box here today from Plants Play, and they are actually an Italian company, I believe. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so today we are going to listen to some plants. So the way it works is what you're hearing is not going to be like the sound that the plant makes. What it is similar, I think the best way I could describe it is similar to like an ECG. So you know if you're in the hospital and you're hooked up to all those little sticky pads and then there's that machine that's like boop, boop, and that's your heartbeat. Obviously your heartbeat doesn't sound like boop, boop, but it's that electrical impulse from your body being translated into a sound. So it's a similar concept with this. Basically we have some little sensors that we're going to attach to our plants and they are going to read the plant's biofeedback, I think is what it's called. I'm not super clued up on like the really technical terms, but it's basically going to be reading the energy that's coming from the plant and sort of transforming that into different musical instruments, and you can choose different ones. There's a whole bunch we'll get into. But first of all, in the box we have these two little things. So in the bag there is, I truly don't know what this is. I will have to look up. So there's a strange little device here. I have no idea what this is, but I am interested. It's definitely something that plugs into the main device anyway. There's also a charging cable for it. And now let's have a look at the actual thing. So here are the little sticky pads that are going to go on our leaves. They are quite similar to what you'd get stuck on you in a hospital if you need to get like, you know, an ECG or whatever. This is the wire that you connect those to and then plug into the device. And then this is the device itself. It's so charming. It's like a little wooden like amulet on a chain, and I just think that's so cool. The chain is so that you can like, you know, if you're outside using this, you can like hang it off a tree branch so it's like close to whatever you're reading. But yeah, but I mean, I could totally just like wear this out and about until I find something that I need to read, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, so it's literally just this little itty bitty guy on a chain. So here is what we're going to do. First of all, I'm just going to plug this wire into the device, and there's no wire to go from that to your phone. It's all by Bluetooth. Then we take out these little adhesive pads and they pop in like snap buttons. So you just like that, and then they just have little protective covers. So we're going to take off the protective covers and then we choose a plant. Let's start with this big guy here. I think this one I've had for well over a year. It is being through some stuff. Last winter it almost completely died. Every single leaf except one, like one big tall leaf, died off, and I babied it back to health. It now has lots of leaves, and the strangest thing is this has always grown new leaves in the way of like a sort of like horn grows out and then the horn unfurls into one of these fully formed leaves. But right now there's like a weird little baby leaf down in the base of the pot, which it's never done before, and I'm like, what are you doing down there? So that's all very fascinating. I don't know. Is this why I don't have friends? Am I just really boring? I think that's fascinating. So let's choose some leaves. So you want to choose like some good, you know, beefy leaves. We will go with this one. And there, can you see that? So you just select 2 leaves. You want to choose some nice, like, you know, big sturdy ones if you can. So that is now hooked up into this little device. Next up, I am going to bring up the app on my phone. There we go, so this is what we have. And as you can see, it says device not found. So I am just going to switch this on. You have to make sure your Bluetooth is on. And then, give it a moment. And that is the sound of our plant being transformed into a choir type sound, which I think is pretty cool. So let's see if I maybe touch one of these leaves. Wow, okay, hold on, let me set this up to record. How do we do that? Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, let's try a different instrument. So there's a bunch of different like settings as well, like presets. But we can make one entirely ourselves. So first of all, let's choose what we want. This is a new one. This will be Spoopy Guitar. God, I must have put that on properly. Ugh. As soon as I plug it, like stick it back on, you got the noise again. There we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. So let's try with my Monstera. Ooh! Okay, I'm trying to figure out which leaves would be best here. Let's try this one and this one. Right, this one's leaves are so crazy that it's hard to find like a good spot. Let's try just popping it on here. And then as soon as I put this second one on, we should start to hear what this guy sounds like. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my favorite preset, which is the choir, because it's spooky sounding. And one thing that I wondered is, if I water this, obviously don't get water on the electrical parts, but if I give the plant water while it's plugged in, I wonder if that will change the feedback as the plant begins to suck up the water. So this guy is definitely in need of watering, so let's do that now. Okay, about to add the water. That's now been given a good soak. Hey guys, I'm making EPM. I don't think the plant liked my joke. Can't tell if watering it's made much of a difference. I feel like I tried it out last night really quickly with the other one here, just to make sure everything was working, and I did happen to water this one. And whenever I watered this one, there did seem to be a sudden like, oh, but I don't know if this one has responded, pardon me, the same way. Okay, well, I think as one final test for fun, I did have a look and see if you can use this on people. It says it's calibrated for plants, so it's not meant for people, but you know, unless you have like a pacemaker or something, then it's obviously not dangerous. I don't even know if it would be dangerous if you have a pacemaker, but that's probably not something you should risk. So, you know, if in doubt, follow the safety instructions, but because I don't have any issues like that, I think it'd be fun to see what I sound like. As you can hear, they're no longer attached, and I don't know, I'm probably too high neck to put one on my chest right now, so just one on my wrist and one on the back of my hand, I think. So that is one on my wrist. And are you ready? If I move. It's crazy how different it is from the plant. I feel like the plant had more variation. Like, I'm pretty consistent with whatever I'm giving out, but the plant, you know, had times of like really low, like big noises and really, really high ones, but with me it's pretty much all the same. Well, we have our answer. That's what I sound like. Okay. was pretty fun. So there's lots of more information on how everything works and the more technical side of things on their website. I'll include some links below if you want to read up more about the whole thing and how it works and how it got started. But this video is just for the sake of demoing it and actually trying it out, just because fun. So let me know if you would like to see another video of me using this, if I actually go out like into the world, into nature, and see if we can measure the feedback of some wild plants rather than just my little house plants. Because I think that would be quite fun. I don't think it gets more like Green Witch than just, you know, climbing up a tree, plugging it in and listening to the music of the trees in the forest. I really enjoy the idea of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I'm not the only person who thinks this is really, really cool. Because it's just, we're listening to plant music. The plants are singing to us and I think that's awesome. I'll be a one-person stage show, tour across the world, just come on stage with my plants and this little device like. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this probably kind of weird video today. I personally really enjoyed it. I could play with this for ages. There are so many different settings on here that you can mess with. As you might have seen, I briefly went through some of them. And it's like, I feel like as well, if you're actually a musician and if you understand more music terms, you could do even more with this. I don't know what half of it is. I don't understand like chords and scales and keys and reverbs and all the rest, so I'm just moving things around and playing with them. But if you actually understood how that worked, you'd probably be able to mess around with it even more. But even without having that musical knowledge, I think it's just really, really fun. So yeah, as I say, it's definitely not a cheap gadget, but it is something really, really cool and very technical. So whether you want one for yourself or if you just enjoy watching other people play with them, either way is fine. But if this is something you want and something you think you could utilize or just something you think you'd get a lot of fun out of, I do have a discount code for you that will be here and it'll be down in the description. But I'm just really happy I got to share this with you guys, and I hope I can make more videos with it in the future because I had a lot of fun. And you guys know that I love plants. So thank you so much for watching. Please, oh please leave me a comment and just something. Just tell me something about what you thought about all this, because I just think it's really cool. If you're new here and you want to join this madness, consider subscribing. Join the family, we'd love to have you. And finally, before you go, if you wouldn't mind checking out my Patreon if you haven't done that yet, that would be amazing. The link is in the description. It is a wonderful way to support this channel, and I just really appreciate everyone who does it so much, because YouTube is unreliable, but you guys are awesome. So thank you so much to everyone who makes my life a little less stressful over on Patreon. And I will see you in the next video. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye!